Hello, what's up guys, I'm Kyle from KGR, and oh my god. For those who are longtime fans, you should already know I am a huge Crash Bandicoot fan. In fact, I love Crash a little bit more than life itself. And as a kid, I've gotten every entry of the Crash games, and about once or twice a week I'd probably get some figures from KB Toys. And I used to love the Resource figures. The sculpts looked fantastic, but they had a huge downside. Well, technically two. One, the articulation was very limited. They only had swivels around the shoulders and the legs, and maybe the wrists. But the worst part is the fact the legs snapped off very easily. If you go on eBay and you look up used Crash figures, a lot of them are either missing accessories, like missing vital parts of them, or missing legs if it's a Crash figure. But if you see stuff like Dingo Dial, he's probably missing his little backpack, probably missing a jaw, I don't know. And then people want like $60 for it. No, get out of here. So anyway, we haven't had new Crash Bandicoot figures for about 20 years or so. One, Resource went under, and two, the figures they put out were from Crash 2 and Crash 3. So PS1 era, and now we're in the PS4 era. You can kind of tell how giant of a gap that is. I had these figures as a young lad, like in elementary school, and now I'm 24 years old, and we're finally getting new Crash Bandicoot figures. Neca announced around the later end of last year, saying how they got the rights for Crash Bandicoot, and towards the end of the year, they're gonna show off something, which was an unpainted prototype, and then they're gonna show off more at Toy Fair. I'm gonna be talking about the stuff at Toy Fair soon enough. But for now, let's talk about the main action figure for Crash. I'm used to collecting figures. I'm used to buying stuff from like Japan and then end up paying like 50 or 60 bucks a piece. And when Neca said they were putting out their figures, I was expecting a little bit of a hefty price. Because Neca is not a cheap company. They're not a Jakks Pacific. They're not a Bandai or Tomy or whatever. They are collector grade. But the price is actually extremely reasonable. And I've seen their Ninja Turtle stuff based on the 90s movies, and they looked fantastic. So when I heard that they were making figures, I got super excited. Personally, I wouldn't care if it was Neca or Jakks Pacific or whoever. If anybody was making anything Crash Bandicoot, it'll make me scream and cry. My girlfriend can actually vouch for this one. I was on Discord, and shout out to Max Sushi Nerd for showing me the New York Toy Fair stuff. I was on Discord with her, and I screamed in her ear accidentally, and she has to accept this is her life now. Because now that Crash is coming back, there's going to be a lot more merchandise, and anything that comes out is going to make me scream. Anyway, I've wasted so much of your time, let's actually take a look at this figure. Now this figure's been up for pre-order for probably about a few weeks now, so I'm kinda late on that part and I apologize. But this figure looks absolutely fantastic. They captured their fur detail extremely well, and Neca is very known for having good detail on their figures. They know how to get textures just right, it looks fantastic. And like I said earlier about the Resource figures, even though their sculpts look fine, their articulation is not. And this figure is pulling off some things I didn't even think was even possible. Because I didn't really think too much about Crash action figure articulation, but whatever. We have ball jointed eyebrows. I didn't even know we needed that, but apparently we do. I assume the neck is on a ball peg. I didn't even think we can get an articulatable head for a Crash Bandicoot figure. We got universal shoulders instead of just a swivel. We got an elbow bend. We've probably never had that. Except for maybe one Crash figure with him with a bazooka. Obviously a wrist swivel. I'm not sure if there is a waist swivel or not. If there is, that'd be cool, but if not, I'll live. We have universal legs. I've wanted that for the longest time. We got a knee bend right under the pants from what it looks like. And the one thing I hope I can do with this figure, if I can make Crash look like he's doing a front flip and actually make it look normal, and now the fact that we have like stands from Japanese figures, if I can pull off a good looking front flip with this Crash figure, this will literally be the best Crash Bandicoot figure I've ever had my hands on. The only time I've been able to do that with Crash merchandise is like the stuffed animals. Oh wait, no, we're collectors. Plushies, or plushes. Anyway, I've never had a legit action figure to do a front flip, so if this can do that, it gets a 10 out of 10 out of me. And what's really cool is that this figure actually comes with a box, but it's made out of cardboard and it comes in the little cardboard backdrop itself, I think. Personally, I'm not going to use that because I've had so many Crash figures as a kid. I have leftover boxes and crystals and masks. Neca announced that this is going to be a 7-inch line and this figure is going to be 5.5 inches tall. And this Crash figure in particular is going to be coming out in May. I don't know how many places have it up for pre-order, but the best place that I recommend going to is Big Bad Toy Store. Because MSRP is apparently about like $23 or $24, and they have it for $19.99 plus $4 shipping. For those who watch my older pre-order videos, you know I'm completely honest and trying to help you guys find the cheapest place possible for these figures. As of right now, Big Bad Toy Store is the cheapest one I can find. Link will be in the description. They're not sponsoring me. Neca's not sponsoring me. Big Bad Toy Store is not sponsoring me. This is one collector to another. Especially one cheap guy to another. I'm not gonna lie, the jumping poses that they have for this looked a little bit awkward. But if they would have pulled out a stand and had him doing a front flip, that would sell millions. Actually, probably not. That would just cater to people like me. Point is, he is the highest articulated figure we've ever gotten out of Crash Bandicoot. And I cannot wait until I get my hands on it. And I haven't done figure reviews in forever, but when this figure comes out, you can bet your ass I am doing a review on this thing. In fact, I'm going to try to go for a complete line, so if you want to subscribe and check out every figure review out of this line when they come out, I will do it. But enough of us talking about this figure, let's talk about the figures that were shown off at Toy Fair. So not only was a standard figure shown off at Toy Fair, but we've also seen the jetpack and the jet board crash. The jetpack crash is like still being submitted to be approved and stuff like that, but it's still being shown off and it looks great. And another figure they've shown off is known as the deluxe figure. It has a unique head sculpt and it comes with a jet board. And from what's shown off at Toy Fair, they show legit plastic crates. What will it come with that? I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. And that's coming out Q3 of this year, so anywhere from July to September. And the funny part is, I actually still have the jet board from the Crash figure I used to have as a kid. It's something that someone on Instagram commented, and it's something I noticed as well. When it comes to the jetpack and the jet board crash, the faces that they're doing, they look almost exactly the same as the Resource figures. So it's a nice callback. Whether they did that on purpose or not, I don't know. I hope they did. And I wonder if the jetpack stuff can actually come off a Crash. Because with the original Resource figure, it was easy to come off. And if you look at it, it looks like it's mostly out of cloth except for the jetpack. So it's probably possible for all this stuff to come off so you can have a standard Crash figure, just like the Resource that's sitting on my shelf up there. And man, he's looking sexy. They haven't announced any other figures in the line, but it has me wondering, what other figures could they make? And what other outfits of Crash can they do? Because they still have yet to do a motorcycle Crash. And when they come out with a motorcycle, will he actually come with a motorcycle? Oh, I can bet that he will. And will they make a Coco with a biker outfit, just like on the one art for Crash Warped? I have no idea. But let me know in the comments, what characters do you want them to make really bad? A bad guy that I always loved as a kid was Ripperoo. And Resource never put it out, and it makes me angry. And it makes me wonder, how far are they going to go in this figure line? We still have yet to see Coco. We haven't seen an Aku Aku mask. And I know that Neca makes replica masks of like Ninja Turtles and some probably scary movie people. So if they make an Aku Aku mask and it actually talks, I'm gonna cry. And yes, I know about the first 4 figure statue, the one that actually talks, and I wanted it so bad it made me cry, but I don't have the money and I don't have the space. And it makes me very, very sad that I can't get it. And now if I want one on eBay, it's probably gonna cost me $500 or $600. I hate being broke and I hate having a tiny room. And if you really want to see me get all these figures, hit up Neca and Big Bad Toy Star on Twitter with #SponsorKGR. Is that really going to work? Probably not, but it's worth a shot. But I do want to try to go for a complete set of these figures nevertheless. If they sponsor me or not, I will buy every single figure in this line. And I am waiting. I am counting down the days to when this thing comes out. Because I haven't had a new Crash figure in forever. And now that we're finally getting good Crash Bandicoot figures for not too an expensive price, I'm excited. I'm absolutely excited. And since I still have my Aku Aku and my crates and Wampa fruits and crystals from back in the Resource days, I'm going to pose those with these figures. And oh, I should probably get another Figma stand because the Figma stand for the Aku Aku mask is like perfect. Anyway, let me know in the comments, who do you want to see in this set of figures? Do you want to see an Aku Aku and Uka Uka mask? Ooh, we need that too. Oh, Neca, you can have so much of my money. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. So if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description, there's all my social media, well, mainly like my Twitter and Instagram. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see pictures of Crash figures whenever I get them. Follow me on Twitter in case you want to talk to me. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys to death, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace, peace.